The Psychic Cup is looking a little bit different this season around with the new move update, but honestly still kind of close to what it was last season, aside seeing a lot of these Astonish Pokemon get that buff. I mean, I guess Claydol feels a little bit better, but it was pretty good even last time I played the Psychic Cup. So I'm actually trying Beheeyem as a lead, which I thought was a pretty good lead, considering that it does seem that there are either a lot of other mirror matches of Beheeyem leads or the Galarian Rapidash. So pretty much that will be a pretty good alignment because the back line I'm using isn't the best against the Rapidash. As you can see, there's a Hoopa here with Astonish, and yeah, I never even raided for Hoopa in this game. I couldn't be bothered to do an elite raid. I do have Hoopa in the main series game from distribution, and that's I mean, I guess Hoopa does have some usability now that it has the Astonish boost, because I did actually see Hoopa a couple times in the format. Bruxish, that's actually kind of a tough lead for Beheeyem, but instead of just insta swapping out, I decided to try to do as much damage with Astonish as I can and get a shield. And upon switching in Malamar, I'm not going to shield. And you know, they do seem to just throw the damage move here a lot of times. I mean, but if they throw Psychic Fangs, I just don't want to shield that if I can avoid it. And in comes their Galarian Slowbro, which is a really good matchup for my backline, considering I have 2 shields and I have Mud Slap Claydol left over to just kind of like farm down. So works out pretty good, and I do get that energy lead, and I'm able to smack their Claydol with Shadow Ball. And just to add some insult to injury, I do catch their move with my Beheeyem, and then I can just farm it, shield one last time. That was a pretty significant catch, by the way. I mean, I think, oh, actually, I don't think I even needed energy on the last thing. So technically I could have thrown my move before that Claydol threw a move back, but I just kept my energy just to finish up the fight a little bit faster. But as you can see, my opponent ends up force quitting the game, so I have to kind of like wait out the match slightly to finish it. Claydol lead. This is a pretty good lead for me. Funny enough, I don't know if it's in the video here, but this is how I play it. I just throw Dark Pulse, and they always shield. And there's one time where I legitimately am like, well, they always shield Dark Pulse, so let me try bait once. And I baited, they didn't shield. I was like, what are the chances, yo? Because that thing will definitely go down to a Dark Pulse. But yeah, and it's like you get the energy at the exact same time on the very first attempt. So yeah. Anyways, but as you can see, this Claydol does shield, and that does put me ahead. I'm gonna just take a V-Create to the face, knowing that I can live it, and I can just remove the Victini, but they end up switching and catching my foul play, which, you know what, is fine, because I do actually have Claydol on the back anyways. They don't realize that. And I switched in Beheeyem because I figured I might be able to catch or force them to throw the move. And that is exactly what happens. And from here, I can just... I wasn't sure. I guess I wasn't really counting there. I wasn't really sure if they had energy on Malamar, and I didn't want to just eat it on Claydol if I could avoid it. So I do commit the shield, even though it doesn't really matter here. I could take a V-Create. Alright, so I wanted to rewatch this because I'm pretty sure I'm getting lag at the beginning of this fight. I'm in a mirror match with another Beheeyem, and I think it gets to its move before me, which, you know, I definitely am going to lose CMP with my IVs, but I don't even think I have the energy loaded when it's throwing its move, if I remember correctly. Let's see. So I know visually it looks weird, but I'm not sure if damage-wise it makes sense. So yeah, see how it throws its move before I even have mine loaded? Like mine's loading as it's already throwing its move. That should have been a CMP, but it seems like it's like one ahead of me, which, you know, is part of the issue of playing this game right now, is that the timing isn't 100% accurate with move fast moves because of like stutter lag and weird lag. Whenever you get your charged moves, it feels like it lags the game a bit and almost like misses slight inputs, because that should have been a mirror match for sure. That should have been like a direct CMP, not me being locked with energy and then, you know, the situation we're seeing here. Because the Rapidash switch makes it a lot more difficult for me to try to win this battle, especially when, you know, in the mirror I could actually play that a little bit different, knowing that I'm more than likely I'm going to lose CMP. Like I might just throw the mirror, or I might like shield, for example, and just farm down in that situation. But yeah, I should have been ahead in damage at least in that situation because of the way, you know, throwing a move works in the game. So I end up losing. I mean, I don't know if that's 100% due to the lag, but it definitely makes a huge difference in this type of meta where every attack and amount of damage will end up mattering. So I do feel like that's the case of what happened in that battle, but it's kind of hard to tell with how fast it was going. I had to watch it a couple times, but I do remember when I was playing that out, it felt like I was behind one attack with the mirror. Anyways, this person is running Charm Wobbuffet, which is kind of hilarious. I feel like Wobbuffet is one of those Pokemon that can maybe sometimes flip battles, but ultimately it almost feels like a liability for how much it doesn't do at times, considering there's so many Pokemon right now in this format that have like super effective charge moves, and with the Astonish boost as well. I'm not entirely sure Wobbuffet is the pick for this cup. I mean, I was thinking about running it myself with the Spotlight Hour yesterday. I got a couple more XL candies for my Wobbuffet for Great League, but yeah, I honestly don't know if I'll try running it. Maybe I will for fun if I go live or something, but yeah, I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, fortunately for me, these Rapidash tend to be difficult, but my best means is to try to, you know, if it's a switch in Rapidash, Claydol actually can take at least one Mega Horn, and it's really just gonna come down to if they're playing super aggressive or trying to bait, because I've gotten kind of lucky with some of these battles with my predictions against Rapidash. So first set 4-1, and here we go, a Rapidash lead. And this is a very common lead in the format, and I think that was actually one of the reasons why I wanted to use Beheeyem, is I figured Rapidash was going to be really popular. It was pretty popular last time as well, and I think, yeah, having Astonish as a fast attack, pretty significant on the damage output. And I think because a lot of people are going to be wanting to run Malamar too, Rapidash looks pretty dang good at the moment with the fairy typing. And yeah, in the mirror match with Malamar, I've been pretty fortunate as well, because Malamar can, my Malamar, at least with the IVs, I know I can take at least 2 foul plays from a mirror. And as you can see, I don't really try to mess around with throwing foul plays in the situation, and I just go straight for that Hyper Beam. Fortunately, my opponent doesn't take advantage of their energy lead, and they did try to foul play me with their Malamar, allowing me to get that momentum to flip it. And as you can see in the back, it's pretty much just Gardevoir, and I'm able to farm it down, so that works out perfect because I have a shield to protect me for when Rapidash comes in. I'm just going to finish up the battle here with a Scorching Sands. Also, if you're watching this, please hit that like button. It does help my content out a lot here on YouTube. And yeah, consider subscribing as well if you like Go Battle League content. Alright, so they switch out, and I do catch a move on Chimecho, and I get the shield, which is great. I know it's probably going to be Energy Ball. I mean, it could be Shadow Ball, but regardless, being Malamar, I can at least take that, being Dark as well. So I do get both shields now at this point, and from here, I think I decided to let Malamar go because I saw this as a good opportunity to just bring Claydol and generate some energy, and then that way, being pretty close to a Shadow Ball in this format is pretty significant. So I think I might, yeah, I do throw Shadow Ball here. Makes sense, because it will do enough damage to flip the match, and then all they have left is Bronzong in the back which I can just use Scorching Sands here to finish this up. So GG's. Also, just a reminder to anyone watching here, or, you know, for the first time if you're new, if you don't know. So I've been over the last few months, I've been working on my first solo music album. I actually released a music video on this channel called Microtransactions Can Be Fun. I'll put a link to the music video in the comments or the description if you want to check it out. That's the first song I've released that's going to be on my album. The music video version of the song is the first version of the song I released, but I actually remixed it. Or not a remix, but I mixed it better, and that's what it's going to be for my single. It's already online if you want to listen to it. But my album Fortified Time by Rob Sassy is going to be live September 27th on YouTube Music, Spotify, Apple Music. I have music live right now that's going to be on the album, so you can check it out if you want. And yeah, I'd really appreciate the support. If you like ska, reggae, punk music, you'll probably like what I'm working on. Or if you're just interested in like surf music, punk in general, it might be your vibe. But yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there because I'm very proud of it. It's my first project I've worked on that I've ever just recorded everything and also mixed. And also keep in mind, this is my first project and mixing I've ever done, so I don't really have much background in understanding sound engineering, but I do feel like I've grasped a decent amount of the basics and did a pretty decent job executing my first album. And yeah, it's more of a journey to get better and learn. So I'm already just keeping in mind, I'm actually already currently recording my second album. I already have a couple songs recorded. That's how long this type of stuff takes behind the scenes. But I do actually have a Pokemon cover that I plan on releasing for Halloween next month. And then I have another cover I actually already recorded and mastered, and I'm waiting to release that. I'm just not trying to release everything right next to each other, but yeah, I'm going to be putting out a lot of music frequently over the next forever, I assume. And I'm going to be also on my YouTube channel where I am releasing all my music. I'm also going to be posting more animation that I'm working on, and there's been a music video I've been working on for a minute now. Hopefully that will be done by the start of next year. That's kind of the plan at this point. Alright, let me get back into the video. Just needed to plug some of that stuff while I'm here because I've been putting a lot of time into that. Alright, so let's see what lead. Victini lead. This is pretty good. Pretty much Beheeyem has a lot of great matchups in this format. And the big appeal of it is it just does so much damage with Astonish. This Astonish boost was actually pretty game changing for a lot of Pokemon. Like half of these psychic Pokemon that I see now in the format legitimately would never have been seen last time around with the old move update. So pretty good situation here to just keep spamming. They catch the move on Claydol. I didn't even realize I switched there. But this is okay because I do have Claydol in the back, so I'm not particularly afraid of their Victini, and they do end up having Beheeyem as well here. So I'm gonna just pretty much throw that Rock Slide, and honestly at this point it shouldn't be too big of an issue. I can farm down and I should be able to throw a move into Victini. I am gonna shield because I don't want to take a Dark Pulse to the face. And then yeah, I can just launch that Scorching Sands immediately, and that will be GG. Yep. Alright, I think this is another 4-1 set. Had some pretty good sets with this team, that's why I wanted to showcase it immediately. Malamar lead, so not a great lead. In this scenario, I usually like to switch into the mirror and try to contest, considering that I can at least take a foul play or two and potentially, you know, scare them for wanting to switch out, etc. But they do end up bringing in the Rapidash right away, and I'm going to commit one shield just so I can get to the Hyper Beam. And they end up just throwing the Body Slam, so I get pretty fortunate in that scenario. And now I'm just going to bring in Beheeyem, and I think I go for a farm down. I'm going to shield and farm down. And then upon Malamar coming back in, I think I throw Dark Pulse into it. Because I just figured, even though, you know, I just want to get off damage as much as I can. Even though it can take that move a little better than the other Pokemon in this format. So I'm going to let Beheeyem go to the foul play, and then I'm going to bring in Claydol. And my goal here is just farm down. I want to keep Claydol healthy just in case. And it does end up paying off because they have Galarian Slowbro here in the back, which I also get extremely lucky getting an attack drop, but I'm fairly sure I could live. Oh, okay, they actually have Scald. So this one was running Scald. I think I would have lived that even without the attack drop, so I don't think it played that much of a role. Excuse me. First thing in the morning, recording this video for everyone. Also, my voice is doing a little bit better. Still a little raspy, but getting there. Chimecho lead. So I get the shield. I'm going to switch out and catch Shadow Ball, it looks like. I didn't really care if it was Shadow Ball or Energy Ball. I just wanted to keep my Beheeyem in shields. And this is one of the main reasons why, is because Galarian Rapidash with the potential of being in the back line, which could be pretty scary. So I think I just let Beheeyem go here, take the move. It does end up being Mega Horn, which is overkill. But that's fine. I'm going to have to commit one shield against Rapidash anyways, just because I want to keep Claydol healthy. And from here, I'm just going to farm down Chimecho and commit my shield in hopes that the back line can't really deal with Claydol. It does end up being a Beheeyem, so it's going to be pretty close, but I think because of that energy lead I had, it just puts me ahead barely. And I'm able to get that Shadow Ball off and just barely clutch the win. So GG there. Claydol lead, we've seen this. Maybe this is the one I was talking about. Because I feel like, yeah, oh no, okay, it's not. Maybe it's for, maybe it was after these battles, or maybe it's one of the last ones. But as you can see, they're going to shield because why wouldn't they? I mean, a Dark Pulse is just going to put them behind. And in this type of format, mispredicting like a charge move that's going to remove your first Pokemon immediately can be extremely detrimental to the whole battle, honestly. So I think more than likely people are going to shield against Beheeyem. It's not like you really need to bait that much. It's not like that much of a difference getting from Rock Slide to Dark Pulse. But it can put you in a more advantageous spot if they are shielding Rock Slide with Claydol. But yeah, like I said a little bit earlier, I did face one person and I decided to switch it up and they didn't shield, which I find crazy, but I don't know, it's just luck at the end of the day. Could have been it. Like in my mind, it's more like, wow, this could have just been an even easier battle if I would just played how I normally play, you know, it's crazy. But in this situation, I know I can take the second foul play, and I want to get off that Hyper Beam. And this is something I've learned playing through these matchups with Malamar, is that, like, initially my team, I was thinking, man, I might be very weak to Malamar. But, yeah, using Malamar versus Malamar is probably, like, one of my best methods of dealing with it on the team. The low and Raichu lead, pretty cool, but not going to shield. And I can take a Trailblaze, of course. And I'm just going to throw the Rock Slide because I don't want to just die. I mean, I guess I could have, you know, farmed it with Claydol or something for some energy lead. But yeah, in comes Rapidash, which could be extremely problematic. And they do actually bait me as well, which does put me behind, unfortunately. I figured at this point, I probably have to commit double shield or I'm going to be in a pickle. Unfortunately for me, they do end up throwing the Mega Horn there and switching out. So at this point, this might in fact have been, excuse me, my voice is like all crazy. This may have been like a game-changing moment getting that attack drop too, because I'm able to safely generate a decent amount of energy where I know I can get to the, or I thought I could get to the foul play. I can't, but because the Rapidash actually had to throw that move on Malamar. Oh, I guess what I was trying to do is force the Rapidash to throw a move as fast as possible by making them scared that I could use a foul play. So I guess that, yeah, that's what I was thinking when I was playing. It was like Claydol can mud slap as long as Rapidash throws its energy immediately. So it worked out pretty good for me. And yeah, another Claydol lead, which, you know, honestly, then, like, I throw the Rock Slide here because depending on IVs, it just removes Claydol at that point in the fight. But yeah, they have this Rapidash, and they don't particularly shield properly there. But I'll just have to accept that it's the reality. I go for a Scorching Sand into Malamar. And I can bring in my Malamar now, and I'm going to have to try my best to play out the battle. And I know I can, like I said, I know I can take a foul play. And it seems like they don't really want to throw the Hyper Beam. I haven't even seen one throw Hyper Beam yet. Maybe they aren't even running it. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, I can commit one shield here. I'm going to try to get the double foul play. I throw the move into Malamar. They don't shield, makes sense. I throw a foul play into Rapidash. I pretty much have to catch a move here if I'm even going to be able to do anything. And unfortunately, I switch a little too early on Beheeyem, and I don't catch a move. So that's going to be a GG, and I think that's another 4-1 set if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, and there's all the battles. The Sass Squad's getting stronger each and every day. You have a good morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you're tuning in. I'll catch you in the next one. And if you'd like to watch more Go Battle League content from me, consider watching this video right here, this video right here.